We have reached 8:30, which means it is time for the 8:30 High Beam. And this morning, our guest is Uhrichsville Service Director Belle Everett. Belle is on the phone and speaking as loud as she can. Hi, Belle. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you're on the mend. Is that the way that's going?
It is. Thank you, Brad. I hope my voice is, okay for radio this morning.
We can hear you.
A little raspy.
Now, you did say you were going to sing some Janis Joplin later, though.
Yeah. She's my heart.
we're looking forward to that. Hey, so we always look forward to talking to you or Mayor Haney about what's going on in Uhrichsville. And so let's get it started here. And I know a lot of people have come to summertime. We expect to see cones, barrels, that sort of thing. So what kind of paving projects are being laid out for Uhrichsville this year?
Well, we've received our final bids, and I believe Newton Asphalt, Jeff Gessner, who we've worked with before and does a great job for the city of Uhrichsville, and actually worked with him in the past as a township person. He's a great guy, and so he won the bid, which we are really happy because last year we had some issues with Shelley and Sands. No offense to those who work for him, but it was just a rough going. And I don't know if they're just used to doing highways and not city streets, but Jeff lives here, and he knows we have his number, and he just does a great job. He just completed East First Street over the storm sewer and water project that we collaborated with Twin City Water and Sewer. If you get a chance, you drive down East First Street, you'll see his great work, and we're looking forward to it this year. However, the bad news is, the costs are up.
Yes.
Folks are wanting us to pave Water Street extension. That would take you from Macaulay Drive to the Corp there at Midvale, and the cost came in at $178,615. It's probably not doable this year. And especially when we look at JC Drive, and we have grooves in the road there. It looks like people have put chains on their tires and driven over it for the last 5 years.
Wow.
But it's just due to the, asphalt doesn't have a long lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe about 7 years, really. And then, the liquids deplete and everything starts to fail.
Well, I have to say our winters don't help.
No, our winters don't. And the treatment. But, we're looking at, addressing the dire areas, and that would be Newport Road out by, where they took the Lowhead Dam out.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of residents who travel that road every day, and Newport Road came in at like a little over $53,000. Johnson Avenue, that's one road that everybody, we receive a lot of complaints from people who live on the back way to Midvale there in Mill Township, and that came in at $53,000, about the same as Newport Road. But I'm not sure. How do you make the decision? Which best serves the residents of Uhrichsville. So it's looking strongly like we will probably pave Newport Avenue before we pave Johnson. We're looking at chip and sealing Johnson, which is the road you travel into.
Mm-hmm.
But we're trying to stretch this money and make the best of what we have. The price is up. Of course, we know we go to the gas pump. Well, that all passes down with the, petroleum products. So, but they didn't come in as high as I expected. So we're looking at, definitely probably Newport Avenue in dire need, and probably joining County Engineer Joe Bachman in paving our half on Indian Hill Road, which is $21,000, a little bit over that, because it makes sense if the engineer is willing to pave his half because we own the middle of the road, and Joe is willing to pay his half and do that this year. We would be silly. It would just be silly of us not to join him and get that project accomplished.
Yeah.
Then we can, get out there and paint the line.
A lot of traffic on that road too, going to the school.
Yes, there is. And speaking of traffic on North Water Street Extension.
Yes. What about that?
We have had some issues with folks in large semis hauling stone from the company there, right there in Midvale. And instead of taking the designated route for haul route, would be, heavy traffic, hits County Road, hits the state highway. They're cutting through Uhrichsville, and they're tearing up our street, and they're shaking people's homes. And people are upset. And guess what? They're calling us.
Mm-hmm.
They'll probably be in attendance this Thursday evening at the council meeting. And I don't blame them. Now, what we have done, and we've made contact with the company to explain to them that they cannot continue to let traffic travel that route. And perhaps, they have said things to the truckers, but the truckers, they own the trucks and off they go. So I'm going to be paying a visit and also sending letters to the company and also the trucking company that seems to be one of the biggest
offenders.
They seem to be traveling down that road quite a bit.
Okay,
and haven't gotten the message. So I really wish I had a set of scales. But, we did put signs up. We put no through truck signs, both in the truck with the hash, and also, if you read, just the no through trucks. We've done that. We put them entering from the Midvale, the back road to Midvale, onto the Johnson Avenue Bridge, telling them, hey, you're not cutting through here to come through the city. We've also done that at the Midvale Corp, there at Macaulay Drive, West Macaulay Drive. I know 11th Street's going to be marked because we have these semis that are just traveling the back way in and with no regard to our street.
Yeah, and the houses there that are very close to the street there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the home. And, when your home's located very close to a road, you're going to feel the effects of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
But there is an increase of truck traffic, and we plan to put an end to it. We will be citing them because we do have the streets the signs posted, and which gives our police department the authority to cite them when they know they can use the county road and hit Midvale and hit the highway.
Yeah.
And they just aren't doing that.
Hey, some good news. Water park's open.
Yay. Yes. Yes, we're open for business. I know the first weekend, I believe, was pretty successful weekend. I know one of the days, I remember looking at the numbers, I think the concession stand took in over $4,000.
Oh, wow.
I mean, food is flying out of that concession stand, and the entrance fees, and we're getting season passes. They're hitting our office up quite a bit for those. It's just booming, and I'm glad that people are out there supporting the Uhrichsville Water Park in the city. And right next to the water park, the lights are on, up and ready. You can use the basketball court, both courts between. You can turn the lights on. I think you can hit the lights at 6 p.m. till 11 p.m. and then the park does close.
Mm-hmm.
The courts are shut down, and we did increase our security. We have cameras that pretty much now see. They see all of the water park and, the trash receptacles and the basketball courts. And we have cameras headed over towards the baseball fields, and there's a plan to extend a few more cameras. We just put a new system in where we could handle more cameras. So it's sad, but we have to do these sorts of things because people still vandalize our children's equipment. There's graffiti, and we had people want to rent a pavilion, and I had to send someone down to scrub the graffiti off the pavilion before it could be rented because it was a children's party, but anyone's party. So we will be probably catching those folks, and I'm not sure if you read in a newspaper a few weeks ago, Mayor Haney said we will prosecute, juveniles, parents, whoever it is, because there's a zero tolerance for this.
Well, it's costing money for the equipment, and it's costing money for personnel to scrub things off, like you said. So it only makes sense. Well, Belle, thanks for eking it out. You did a great job, and we look forward to talking to you or Mayor Haney here again soon about further progress in Uhrichsville. So, hey, enjoy the early summer.
Thank you, Brad, and you have a great day.
All right, you too. Thanks so much. That is Belle Everett, the City Service Director for Uhrichsville, and there's a good update this morning on our 8:30 High Beam.